Okay,
We should be unmuted.
welcome to this special meeting time of the Tourism Advisory Committee. I'm calling this meeting to order at 2:03. Has everyone had a chance to review the minutes?
It's your roll call.
Oh, sorry, roll call. Sorry about that. Missed that.
Bruce Swinson,
Ken Heeman.
Keith Chandler.
Linda Weiss,
John Penman.
Sadie Mercer. Thank you. Sorry about that. Now, for review the minutes.
I move to approve the minutes of May 20, 2026.
Motion.
I second.
Second by Ruth. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you very much. Financial review.
Financial review is really easy because we don't have any reports from the council, but I did update the expenditures report with 2 pages in, showing a snapshot of where we sit in fiscal year. It's on here.
I don't know.
It's
We
not-
got one.
You didn't get it? Okay,
You just tell us that.
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's all right, I got one here.
No, there you go.
There you go.
Bring it back. Oh, didn't print backs.
Yeah, just so everything, all I want to point out is we have 1 month as of that left in the fiscal year. Everything's tracking well. Those are the kind of percentages you won't be seeing this time of year.
Thanks, Kim.
Remind me again, we do not have to approve financials. Even if we had financials, we don't approve them.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm just happy to answer questions about them or feedback or anything like that, but.
And remind me what month do we start working on budget for 2027? Is that August?
The budget is happening at the budget committee city council level.
It starts July 1st.
As far as me putting together this
Right.
document, that'll happen over the summer. I don't always,
I mean, our requests for funds for different projects for 2027
that starts in July.
in July.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the new fiscal budget.
Okay. Okay. Staff update.
We finally have an Astoria Warrington flyer again. They were running out, so they didn't want to share, but then they realized they need to get them out because they're not producing anything new soon. So they gave us a few hundred, or at least 100. So we now have those back in hand. The new ACVA as well is out. And on that note, we have a new certified delivery driver, which is going to be very helpful. Apparently, we were behind on a few things and missing a few things. So the new driver is on it. We're already updated. Last week, we saw 4 towels go out on Towel Tuesday. So that was neat. Today, 3 so far. One, a previous employee of the visitor center brought her whole family in from Tennessee and Texas. And so that was really cool. And then Sundays we're open again. Nate's been in there from 10 to 2, not been really busy, but the people that are coming in are definitely from elsewhere. So it's a benefit to those out of towners that, are catching that Sunday open hours. So,
The Astoria Warrington, is their downtown association, are they gonna produce anything?
I don't think they ever have that I've ever noticed, but I think the chamber handles most of the promotion stuff like that.
And they don't have a guide like Seaside's guide? Or,
Astoria Warrington?
yeah, or what?
Theirs is just it's like a fold brochure. It's thick, but it's folded down to brochure size. So not like our guide.
I haven't done one in a year.
No, this is the.
And it's in several pages, it's not just a trifold, it's.
No, it's bookish.
Yeah.
It's just that it's small, it's brochure size. But it was helpful to have because people always are going up to Astoria. We had a map of their downtown from that guide that we were using. But the map, they want a little more than that. So it's just nice to have that back. Regina dropped those off this morning. So that was cool.
The only thing I've seen from the downtown association, I think, is like a map. It's like a walking map.
Yeah, don't they have like a little tearaway?
With a
map?
little star,
Yeah.
like stars of where all the businesses in town and stuff. They use it for a lot of different stuff. like that one. And then, you may recall we used to have a mile by mile guide, and that's out of print now. So the Aqua guy's been going out the door like crazy. And so we've let them know that the demand is much higher than it had been prior when it was competing with, yeah. So hopefully we'll get this chunk.
And it encompasses Astoria also?
Yeah.
All right, monthly stats.
Well, let me ask you this, do you have the stats in your?
Yes. Yeah. We
Okay,
have that.
yeah, good start. Okay, foot traffic was up in May, 14%.
I like that last month it was down 40%.
I know.
We changed it up.
No, it's right. We're down,
0.3, 0.4, you got 0.1 just.
we're down 8% for the year to date. We did start Sundays a little late, but like Ken said, those aren't high volumes yet. Phone volume is down just a little bit, lead is up 14%. Direct mail requests, so those are still going strong. Our meta targeted ads are done for at least for this fiscal year now. So those have dropped off a bit now, but still looking strong for May. Total distribution, I mean, it says it's down 50%, but it was up 119% the month before. So again, that's just because certified picked up that time. And so we're still looking good. We're about on par with last year as far as outdoor, but as we discussed at the last meeting, the quality of what's going outdoor is much higher. We're mailing a lot more directly, which has really blown out our postage budget for the year. Yes, we're not expecting to mail that many, but active web users are up again, percentage wise. We've had a lot better luck with keeping our website up and live with all the bot traffic. I don't know, is anyone else having trouble with bot traffic, or is it just us?
No, I think everybody's having it. I get it.
Farms.
Well.
Yeah.
But we're seeing a lot more than we've
Yeah.
ever seen.
So when I've gone to conferences, all of the other DMOs are, but it just seems strangely targeted. Like, I feel like it's just gotta be a ranking authority kind of thing.
I think it is, because like I said, we never had any before, and now we're starting to see it.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean,
Yeah,
even
because, yeah,
to the point that the North Coast Food Trail, social media editor, she reached out recently and said, hey, here's our wrap-up report for the last year. And here, look at all this. I need to ask Travel Oregon why we're getting so much, from China and from this place in Thailand. Did they have an overseas show? And I'm just like, bots.
yeah.
It's bots.
I often wonder, burst the bubble there.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
I often wonder if it's because we use Booking and Expedia in them too, and it's just, and they're picking off in them to create the bots for those.
So historically,
Yeah.
bots have been annoying, but they've actually been detrimental to our operations because they've knocked our site off. It hits our CPU up to 100% and then the site reloads
Right.
and the whole thing goes down for 15 minutes. And that was happening 2 to 3 times a month. And so we've added security and we've added more storage and processing power for our computer. So it hasn't gone down since we've done that, but that's a real effect. And
Right.
it's resources we have to spend on doing that. So it's interesting. Okay. Email signups. 268 in May, still pretty good. We have more last minute because we had a video contest drop. If you look at April, our radio contest this year dropped in April, so that reflects with that 102% for the year on our emails. I learned recently that our monthly email subscriber list is higher than the Oregon Coast Visitors Association's. So almost 48,000. So it's good resource for us. Visitor guide requests, these are direct requests to our website down. That's because we were, instead of sending people to our order form, we were sending them to Med at this time, so it makes sense at this time. And views per active user are starting to drop. I have updated the bed tax for Q3 2026. There are 2 properties paid late, and there were no additions to the VRDs, but we're looking at about 2.9% up year over year for that quarter. For the total of those 2 components, 4.2% just for hotels, and down 1.5% for VRDs. So a bit on decent number. Any questions about anything on there?
And this is the percentage this is the, sorry, I know I should know this, but, this is the 10% tax number, or?
Yes.
Okay,
For just the hotels, basically, is what it is.
yeah,
And so then the VRD one is separate.
right. But sorry, this isn't talking income, this is just a 10% income.
This is just a 10%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bed tax receipts, I think.
Okay.
Do you have our director's report? Yes. Well, many departments that make up the Oregon's North Coast, or as we call it, the ONC Marketing Collective, met to discuss and finalize 2026-2027 scope of work and budget. This marketing collective has been meeting since, I've John started this. Wow. So this longstanding partnership has really grown into a really substantial tourism force, working alongside the city, really at the regional level, while we work at a city level to market destinations. So for this next fiscal year, my department will allocate a $30,000 subset of our overall advertising budget to the ONC Collective. That figure will be matched by the Astoria and Cannon Beach Chambers and joined by the annual contributions from Clatsop County. Together, we will accomplish a ton going on in this next year. So here's just an overview just of what our plans incorporate this year. So one is CrowdRiff. We use CrowdRiff to host our gigs and gigs of videos and photos. We also use it to source user-generated content and kind of monitor the pulse of what's going on social media and make sure we're, know what's going on, but also we can request rights and ask to use things that we see that is really cool, so we can build out our calendars. It also allows us, like today, K2 and KPTV both reached out to get fire department people on to talk about 4th of July safety and stuff like that, and they wanted some photos, and so I could send them a link where I can curate what it is, and it includes, who owns, like who's the photographer, what the rights limits are and stuff like that, and we can have it expire in a day or an hour or 2 weeks or whatever, so it gives us a lot of flexibility with that. And then by purchasing this platform collectively, we save a ton on the costs associated with establishing individual account. This is probably not a platform I would purchase if we had to purchase it ourselves. So that's helpful. We do flight market advertising, whereas really as a city, we don't really do this too much. So together as a region, this year will be advertising on pre-roll and connected TV commercials. We have 3 of them in the bag. That passed. We'll be advertising in Los Angeles, Phoenix, Boise, and Salt Lake City. Campaigns will run in spurts in November and then again in April. Craft Beer Trail. Last year we filmed a video, so actually we have 4 videos because we just filmed a beer trail video as well. We're going to be running this commercial to a targeted demographic along the Interstate 5, Salem to Olympia, kind of in an always-on basis, what we do for our metal leads. We built the website Oregon's North Coast several years ago. This collective pot of money maintains that regional tourism website and keeps it fresh with new itineraries and search optimized content. And one thing we do with that website is we don't try to own the audience there. We try to move them into the individual DMO sites. So if something's specific to Seaside, it goes into our site. If something's specific to Cannon Beach, it tries to go into that site. We don't try to hold the audience on that page. It's supposed to be a stop. And the web hosting and everything is entirely funded through the ONC partnership. We're going to shoot another video this year. We don't know what that video is going to be quite yet, but we've committed to it, it's budget. So we'll have another 60-second video with 30 and 50-second versions provided. And then the North Coast Food Trail. Our food trail was actually one of the food trails that inspired the whole food trails across the state. There are a lot of food trails across the state now. That wasn't always the case. North Coast Food Trail, which we weren't a part of in the very beginning, but we came on pretty early, and then Astoria came on after us. Travel Oregon is backing off for funding for those going forward in the new budget cycles. They say they're going to support them in other ways, and so the ONC is stepping up to fund the Clatsop County side of the food trail, which extends across Clatsop County until. So just thought I'd highlight that there, since we were just working on that, budgeting process. Just goes to show when you work together how much you can do. Farmers market starts up tomorrow. Great, Sock on the Sand on the 20th. The museum's doing a walking tour. I think this is their second one.
Yeah.
And this one's gonna start at the visitor center. So that should be kind of cool.
How many people usually go on?
Well, it just started. This is the second one ever.
Is it 550?
The first one I think was pretty sparsely attended, but I think that in a way, just based on what I heard from the organizer, was that was good because it helped them learn kind
Yeah.
of some of the rough points and stuff.
We used to do a downtown garden tour and it was,
Oh.
you needed somebody to kind of herd the people to keep them out of the street and stuff.
There you go.
For safety reasons, I mean, so.
Yeah. So they might want to grow, that, but I think it started slow, but this will be the second one. June 24th through July 8th, we will be running illegal fireworks ads in market in Seaside. So just within Seaside city limits, there'll be little banners that you're gonna notice them probably as you scroll around doing your life stuff.
So that's the promos. This looks like you're trying to sell illegal fireworks. Legal
Yeah,
fireworks.
yeah.
So.
I had a
Illegal fireworks promo might sound bad.
Yeah, I had a spacing issue here where I couldn't fit it all on the page. But yeah, and it's not from the Visitors Bureau, it's from the city, branded from the city, but it basically says, you know, fireworks, legal fireworks, fine. Go to the official show, go to the official events. Pay attention.
Be safe.
Yeah,
So the one today was not paid,
the one today.
the ad today?
No, we just made that.
Oh,
Yeah. This will be a banner, just kind of running in like available ad platforms on your phone, so like that, and it'll only be here in Seaside. This was, so kind of interesting, never done anything like this before, so. See how it goes. Pigs and Pints is June 26th. We sent out our monthly email for June. There was a Pigs and Pints ad at the bottom. You guys see that? And it mentioned in it like about roasting a pig or whatever. And when people unsubscribe from the email newsletter, they can give a reason why. One of them was like, a whole roast pig. What are you guys? What kind of animals are you people? It's pretty memorable. Subscribe.
I'm a vegan.
Yes.
How dare you loo out?
Yeah, was kind of funny. Morgan Beach takeover is June 27th. And then because the 4th of July is on Saturday, our observed holiday will be on the 3rd, but we're gonna be open all day because Greg is gonna be working. And he wants to take the holiday off, so, because we normally work Saturdays, so. We will be open all day on the 3rd, and then we'll be open holiday hours 10 to 2.
Do we never, does anyone ever reach out for the Cullowhee boat races? That happen here?
I don't know, I've never heard of it.
We get a lot of guests, that's right. Same weekend as stock racing.
The weekend.
Is it
But we
a,
get a lot of guests from that.
It happened this weekend this year.
I remember noticing that when I was a child.
Yeah,
But I haven't noticed it now.
it happens all every.
Just happened to go to the lake the day it was on, I'm like, what is this thing?
Yeah, it's been going a while, yeah.
No way to work, find out.
I was just wondering.
is it a spectator sport? Come on.
Oh, yeah,
They used to play it up on the local radio stations when I was.
that's why I just asked, because I'm like, I
Or the
see it
internet.
listed on.
I never
It's small boat, Josh,
It's,
no,
yeah,
they're smallish, they're like, I don't know, they're this big, they're radio controlled speedboats.
Yeah, they're like that much of the table.
Yeah.
So this is different than the boat races when I was a child.
Not yeah, these are
Because those were the real ones with people.
No, they're
no,
people.
there's people,
Oh, are
in it.
they? Oh.
They're just
Yeah.
small. They're like.
They're not, yeah.
I got
Yeah,
radio.
they're like-
Small.
So
yeah.
it's more like, it's not Miss Budweiser, it's Bud Lights.
No, I was just wondering, because yeah, it's the 43rd year of it.
Yeah.
I just happened to be at Colby when somebody was
Because
practicing.
we get half soccer and
And-
half Cullowhee.
You can't not hear about
Oh,
them
yeah,
in
right,
that moment. Yeah, it's pretty incredible how much noise they make.
Radio control.
They break the silence for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanna go so bad. Dang it.
So we'll probably see some around town
Oh, yeah.
and parking.
Yeah.
I've never seen any, I never saw them until that guy was practicing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where they're coming from, but like, I've never seen them
I'm seeing them on the back of people's
Yeah,
Have you?
trailers.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. We have a few different pictures, like that we, it's just the soccer and that,
yeah,
sometimes it was soccer, that and the car.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, I never see you in color anymore.
and so the next order of business is the tourism grants. I'm going to declare my conflict of interest as the chamber is requesting one of the grants. So it comes down to that and I exclude myself.
And for fun, let's do that one last.
Okay. Okay, sounds good.
So I've got a spreadsheet here with all the requests. I've also got a document that will show you the
Yeah.
event, the timeline of the events that have, so this isn't the arts grants, but this is the.
Yes,
That's helpful.
So I'm going to start in the order that the spreadsheet is. I'll just hand out copies of all these. So these are the Jazz Festival. Okay. Hopefully,
So this
you're
is for,
extremely familiar with this already.
Oh, I already have one,
You have one.
I make notes before I get here,
Excellent.
yeah.
You get a sticker. It's a sticker. What Ken do you want?
No, I need- here.
No, I'm good,
Look at
thank
it.
wait, I have a sticker to give you.
Do you have his? Yeah. I love these, I think this is hilarious, I think we should make these for you.
I'm gonna.
You start wearing a hat around like that. You stay there.
Okay, so when I first sent out all of these, the jazz and blues one was not complete. In a certain sense, but I got more documents since then, and so it's just a complete application. They're asking for 5,000.
I noticed that they moved the date to this time.
So
What it,
So that last page you were just showing. That's the completed ones.
so just everything in bold is up for discussion at this meeting. We have pending grant applications from the Salt Makers Return and the Pacific Basketball League. Those both don't have any supporting documents yet. And for arts grant, we'll go over a disc golf course safety improvement that is not quite complete. If you look at the stuff, but I figured put it up for discussion, so we'll hang on to it. And then a mural art that's incomplete, didn't get any supporting documents for it, and then the chambers mural. So we'll start over here at the events. We have Oregon Coast Regional Bridge Tournament, which was not awarded any funding, so still have $25,000 here. View, but this is quite a list for, I mean, we haven't even started the fiscal year yet. But Jazz Festival, thoughts on this?
Is it? Um. Is it, it's not during it's not during spring break, is it?
it's on the cusp of it.
Where's the date?
It's the 11th through the 13th of March, sorry, yes, March 11th through 13th.
That would be right.
Right before, not.
Well, Oregon's.
Yeah,
Oregon's, but it still
Right,
could be.
well, that's what I'm wondering,
The
if it's in
others.
that
It'd be-
3 week
I don't-
span.
It would be Idaho, Montana,
Eastern Washington
Yeah.
colleges.
but it's not in Oregon. It's on, that's why I said it's on the test because it's sitting with the other.
Yeah.
Ones, but not.
Not the major ones. I think it's in the right time of year. For that, I would say. Good idea though. Grant them, sorry, we, it wasn't,
What-
they asked
What
for
was the date?
March 11th through the 13th.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right, it is right on the color.
That's the-
We're 5,000.
Yeah,
Let's see.
and we fall within the cost grant. Being, like I said, this other spring breaks.
And there was a question here if they've been awarded before and how much, right?
Yeah,
Previously awarded, oh, so we've awarded them 5,000 for the last 2 years.
Not last year.
not last year, they were out last year. Thinking the first way.
This is for 2027?
Yes.
Okay, so, okay.
26, right? Yes.
They just said that they were awarded in 24 and 25.
Right. Where's the-
Yeah, but not this, wait, not
Not-
this year.
not- Yeah,
I know.
when it happened this year in March, they did not get funding from us.
They did it on their own.
They applied. And we said no.
They did not,
They
missed- they missed
there was
the
an
deadline.
application that came in right at, pretty much at the deadline,
Mm.
and it wasn't complete yet, so.
Oh,
it was,
yeah. I see.
One thing we could do is go through and award things money and then adjust from the holistic view when we're looking at this, once we get through a pass. If you wanted, if we're worried about conserving funding for other.
I would
So-
propose that we award 5,000. Wait for now, I mean, temporarily, like, put it in there to play with funds at the moment,
Who?
jazz and blues. But just because I say so doesn't mean you have to.
What were you mentioning?
This is the projection. We don't have anything that shows what they've done in the past. We don't have a. This is their budget.
Just so they didn't have a P and L because they don't do any other events.
Which, because where that was going, I'm concerned with this.
Because they've done it for several years.
Years, so at this point,
I mean, 2 years ago, when we gave them funding, they would have given us. A actual budget after, as a final report, 2 years ago. But last year they didn't get funding, so they didn't have to give us information about what they did.
So this column on the left is actual income. And
the projected something.
Which
So-
is that, when we.
so, yeah. This shows income but not expense. No, okay, now I'm
You see?
talking, okay, so this is, their heading's just off of this, so
Right.
this is 2026 here, actual and expenditures.
So they made $3,000.
Yeah. So there aren't any totals here on their budget projection. Is that the way you guys reading it too?
So,
So the two columns on the right are what they're projecting, but there's no totals at the bottom.
This is for 2026 allegedly.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
see,
so
this
it's-
heading here should kind of be over
Yeah.
these.
Right.
Gotcha. I mean, they don't have the band fees, they don't have the convention, like, they don't have all the things listed. Oh, that's for income, sorry. I don't know what. Where'd you go back?
Hey, Peter.
So that-
Yeah, she's all pretty good.
So,
Did you want me to add that up to look really quick?
well, yeah, they're looking like 11 and 14. It's like it's close to 30.
30,000.
I ran by a calculator for that kind of math, dude.
Yeah. 14 and 11.
So is the fall fundraiser, is that the 5,000 they're asking for?
See, the last one, the fall fundraiser was 33.9, and now they're expecting to raise 5 in it.
But what's the fall fundraiser? What does that, does that have anything to do with this event?
And then, of course, if you go back to read this, it says, this. Where was it? It's about a local group loosely titled Friends of Seaside Jazz and Blues holds a fundraiser in September. So
18,907.
it's very good, yeah.
18,907 is what they're saying is their expenditure this year.
Okay, and the incomes is 30 or 27. 11,
Oh, that's with
14,
Oh.
19, 611, yeah.
$27,075.
Is what's it, I guess.
Oh, yeah. 6, 5, 5, 7, 7, yeah,
And their expenses were,
18. Okay.
that's roughly 9,000 profit. But this fall fundraiser, that confuses me. What is that? Is
But it
that,
doesn't, it just says it's something held by the Friends of a local group loosely titled Friends of Seaside Jazz and Blues holds a fundraiser in September, but it doesn't say what it is.
nowhere in this 2027 projection is the money from this group.
So they project and yeah, they're hoping that from the fall fundraiser that they'll raise $5,000.
Same with ticket sales.
The ticket sales are,
Higher.
yeah. And ticket sales are 7,000, but it also says it looks like they're trying to do an expansion of having it start on Thursdays. The previous years.
Convention center have space.
Yeah, see, in 2027, the first show will be on a Thursday evening, followed by a Friday evening, and then the show's all day on Saturday. So they're extending it to like 3 days.
Was this event in September before?
No, it was in February before, and then it went to March.
So I guess I'm just confused about the fall fundraiser.
So I guess they just do something in fall to raise money for this one. It comes up in March.
So this projection shows a $9,000 profit
Without,
our money.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure
Yeah.
everybody understands.
Yeah, I did.
It's a
so
pretty healthy projection.
knowing that,
It is.
what would you anticipate? Or what would you suggest adjusting that to?
Oh, I just want to see the facts.
Yeah.
I love the event. I like the time. February's better, but I understand why you want to get closer to March because weather concerns. Yeah, I don't know. There's something already making $9,000.
Well,
So, but it also says that there's a memorial thing.
right.
I don't see that in here where that would go. Does the profit go to the memorial?
It's always been billed as a fundraiser for the
Or the,
high school.
For the high
music.
school.
yeah, it's the scholarship, yeah, the memorial scholarship.
Yeah.
Does that mean all the profits go to that?
Hey, yeah. Yeah. As it's a scholarship fund, so not all of it, but.
I have to take a quick call, you guys, about TV stuff, we'll be right back.
Whereas so in last year when they had the bands here, did a lot of those kids use your rooms or were they just coming down day tripping?
Well, it did not bring a lot of stayovers for me, for people who were coming for that.
Yeah.
We donated rooms for this event. So, for them,
So the bands are probably coming from close enough that they're not spending.
well, I just wonder if. In expanding it is, they're hoping to get more overnight stays.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Because I know that it was, there wasn't a lot that went late into the evening, so people were like, well, you know. They wanted to go later at night, you know.
Well, when I was in band, we did these things and we always enjoyed the overnight excursions because we were teenagers. So
Well, and I'm
I don't
assuming,
know how much we helped the economy, but we stayed in motel rooms.
but I'm assuming that that's part of the reason for the extension too, is because they're saying the fees are, you know, went from 3,850 to 7,700.
They're planning on getting more bands
And more,
in March,
yeah. So there would be more people.
but it doesn't say how much goes to the scholarship here anywhere. I don't see that.
Right.
Unless I'm missing something, that's very possible.
Anybody else, anybody else know what showcase adjudicators are?
Those are the judges for the performing bands.
Adjustments?
Okay, if no adjustments, we'll should we move on to the next?
This one is onward.
Yep.
I think I called it onward and
Unhonored visitors.
onward is.
Decide on the announcement.
We just.
We put 5,000, but we may come back and alter that when we see how much money we don't have left.
Yeah.
That's an unofficial statement.
See quote.
Every time I read, well, brevity is encouraged, it just cheers me, it makes my heart cheerful.
I like that. That one.
Change it to elevator pitches and all.
Yeah. Funny.
This one isn't really an event, it's more like a program, you know, like a winter double programming that will get. I guess.
Did I miss somewhere where it says how many people are anticipated to utilize this program?
I have the projected. I think it's
Right.
worth it for you, but that's. The only thing that jumped out at me.
So they're gonna try to organize event, is that kind of what I,
So she does that anyway.
right? Well, I mean, she. She helps out with events that are organized, like the
No,
beer trail, that kind of thing,
she also organizes
her own events.
events.
Yes.
So like she contacted us to see if we wanted to do a special where she does um uh like secret location meetup, so when she brings her tour,
Well, how can
they
people
would
find it?
they would come to the hotel. It's a speakeasy. No, but basically it acts as a speakeasy. She goes to businesses, and so basically they would come have a glass of wine up in the clock tower hotel room, and where that's not otherwise open to the public, then she arranges for private experiences. So yeah, so she organizes events like that, and her own private tours. So I would just see this
As well as offering her service to other events that already exist, she does that too.
right, yeah, like the craft and seafood fest, she offers shuttles for that and stuff, yeah.
And I feel like I hear you offer Onward Adventures as like a option for people sometimes when they.
Yeah.
Call it.
Yeah, like she said, she does a great job of just, she'll put together kind of anything, but then she does spontaneous things too, where it's like, oh, wait, this would be a great weekend to do this, so there's always options with her.
Weddings and stuff like that.
Right, like I've had them stay with me, and they, like, maybe they wanted to have their rehearsal dinner and do something special. And she's picked them up at the hotel, taken them to the restaurant where they are, and then maybe taking them for pictures down in Ken Beach, and then, maybe a nighttime nightcap drink kind of.
Seems like the grant funding is intended to be used to advertise this. That's how I read this. But it doesn't say exactly, I think, at least where I'm seeing like what it costs to do it. Like that. As far as from a tourist standpoint.
I really believe in Katie's business. I think that it's a great business, and I'm glad that she offers it. But in this, I don't see how it's going to equate to hotel stays specifically in Seaside. Necessarily, at least to that tune. I mean, I believe in the project, but I just don't know if I can equate it to room nights.
Because it's really playing off of other events that are already going there, probably.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we don't see bids like this very much too, where I feel like it's hard for me to wrap my head around it a little bit because it feels a little bit like, well, this is what I do. And I'd offer it in your off season when you need people, but that's also kind of what you do anyway. So it'd be advertising money for the tours that you can offer. See it. And what would, like, could other businesses would, like, think about it from another business standpoint. What if another business came and said, hey, we want to advertise fun
exactly.
in winter? Is it the same thing? I'm not saying it is exactly, but I'm just saying it
But
gets
it
kind of
feels
tricky.
like it is the
for
same
me.
thing. Cause when I read it the first time, that's when I thought, what would stop another business from coming and saying, this is what I'm developing. And instead of this being a kickstart to an event, or it'd be a kickstart to someone's business.
Well, it'd be like me asking for money for murder mystery dinner.
Right,
It's like it's my business that's running the murder mystery dinner. Like, I don't know.
But if she organizes events, that's why I was asking, is she going to organize more events for people to come and participate in?
Right.
Would that bring people down here to do that?
More
Or
than Sherry
or
does.
she's picking the fruit, not growing the fruit.
right.
So,
Well, I think that she has talked about the partnerships with the businesses, which is, that to me is developing something that doesn't exist currently.
Yeah.
So,
It's cool, I'd love to have these winter shuttles around. It's really hard for me to, it's hard.
the question is,
immediately see the.
would it develop a thing to bring more people down to take advantage of? That's what we.
right,
It's
Keep
not,
growing.
well, like Josh said, it's not, yeah. Yes, it is.
It doesn't need to be an event though, is the thing.
But
A program, I mean, it could be a workshop or something. I mean, the guidelines are open enough for that, but we don't get those very often because they're not as cut and dry as like, this is an event that's gonna bring people to town. So we don't deliberate on those very much at all. But I think about when during the pandemic, when Sunset Empire did the prom chalk art and
Right.
class. They applied. for it,
Right.
and
Yes,
they
and we
got
gave it.
Yeah, they
And we
got
gave
it. It wasn't really an event. It kind of
Right.
was, there was a public.
Right.
I mean, she does say, and I just lost it. Finalized themed event calendar. So she's indicating that she's creating these shuttles that are going to be themed a variety of themes, therefore drawing people for that specific purpose. Anybody have initial proposal on the $4.99?
It's not 5,000.
It's like the price is right.
I don't think she advertised with your, you have it. Your flight market advertising. Would be the right time period.
Yeah,
They
Oh, yeah.
Nobody?
Yeah,
It's just-
it's a tough
I think
one.
we need to think a little more.
Yeah, Salmon Fest. Just like National Watershed Council. This one too, right, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. Load her up.
Yes, I have little notes in there, everyone.
This is the one I read through, we haven't read it, sorry.
I read it also.
Yeah, I read it all,
I read the ball.
but I mean, this one, I.
I'm just not entirely sure I understood like what the event will look like. Exactly. Did you guys get a clear picture of what the event would look like?
I think I was looking at it more as in, we watched the library with the Fry event where they released it. And I feel like this could be something that leads to something where like that, where we get more people involved in the nature part of it and things like that. I like the idea that it's a cultural event. It kind of brings us back to where what we are in Seaside too. It's not just coming for doing the other stuff. So I think it would bring different groups of people. I do, so I think that was why I was more leaning into it, because you have because like, so when I read this, they talk about, I think it can combine some of the things they already do. To bring more attention to the nature part of Seaside.
I think it serves one purpose well, but I'm not sure that tourism is that's the purpose that it's serving well. I think that it serves well for um. The education piece. The awareness piece, but I don't know if I see it serving as a tourist draw piece.
And I really, and I understand what you're saying, I just feel like. I'd like to see our tourism advance more than just coming to the beach and sitting on the beach. There's other reasons to come in October. You know, there's other reasons to come to learn about salmon and learn about these things. And I guess it's a little different for me because in my facility, like yesterday, we had people who bought a bunch of oysters and had no idea what to do. So we barbecued them, we showed them, we cleaned them out on the benches, we did all that. And these people left with an experience that's gonna bring them back and tell other people who are gonna come and go, hey, did you know you could do this? I feel like the salmon is kind of that same way. I think a lot of people think salmon comes from our local grocery store. And seeing it in a different aspect will bring a different type of tourism. Just kind of like when COVID hit and everybody went to the state parks and stuff, but who would, and we had all these, we had some great adventures with that and some people who were just messy, not gonna lie. So maybe this is an alternative look at Seaside.
I had that same initial feeling when I read it too. I like that they are inventive, they're really trying.
Have you ever
They're in many
experienced
ways.
the salmon days in Issaquah?
Yeah,
I think they're kind of trying
And
to
that,
build
right?
to that.
yeah,
That
yeah.
60 something years they've been doing that in Issaquah, Washington, but it's a big event.
And it has, yeah.
Has to start
Yeah,
somewhere.
But that's just me. I take it like this, kind of, that it has to start somewhere. This is a jumping point. Because, as we always said, this is supposed to be the kickstart, to help you develop that.
Mhm.
So,
In their grant budget, they have. $500 for event materials like signs, banners, tables, 1,000 for marketing, social media, tourism guides. Newspapers, flyers. So most of this grant request would be for staff time.
that would be the only question that I would have. And that's why I said, I can see us doing it, but I think we don't, I'm not saying to fund the whole amount, right? Because I feel like,
There's
That's a
large
lot of
spectrum
money.
between not funding and fully funding, there's many places we
Right.
can go.
I personally, I would not fully fund it this because of the staff cost,
And in fact, because of the way that you guys set this grant program up, one way you could do it is fund the marketing budget plus a $2,000 startup, because it's the first time event. So, I mean, that's one way to look at it.
That would be, well, that plus the 2,000 would be more than 5,000.
Well,
Right,
the marketing's a
non-personnel expense.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it could if you added up all those, including special event fees and cleaning costs. Just the marketing line of it.
Yeah. What do
So-
you think, Keith?
Well, I like these people, I like the idea, I used to be on watershed council a long time, so. It's not that I'm against them, they. Had a tendency to agree with Sadie, which scares me.
How dare you? Dare you? How dare you?
I don't know if it's gonna bring people from outside, but if it's a first time event that grows, it could become that. It's ironic that there's very few salmon you can keep out of them again. But so I don't know how it'll be a big salmon, that's, I don't know. That if it grows into something bigger that people would come down for. I just don't see it at first drawing anything but locals who already are aware. And, we were trying to make everybody else aware, understand that, just. So. On the fence.
I mean, I think.
I mean, all new events gonna start somewhere, if it could become one big, yeah.
I think like at Lake Willow, you can watch the kokanee run when they're red and they're running up the creek, and that's something that is an attraction. Like I've not witnessed
A lot of people.
a lot of, well, a lot of salmon running up. Like I didn't look
Oh,
down.
there are a lot that run up the Niantic, and you
Sure.
just can't see them downtown.
Right.
Except when they're getting the sea lice off from the jumping, but.
But it's not like the welcome back, you're watching them like
Yeah,
swim up in
yeah.
Alaska,
Well,
like that.
You can take it upstream and see them, that's logistically kind of difficult.
Yeah.
Yes, I've watched salmon spawning a long time, I really enjoy it, it's a cool event. I don't know if sit down says Seaside will give you that, but, yeah, there's, yeah. But if it grows into something, if there's places where through this, they could actually go see salmon spawn, but you won't in October. So that's not gonna happen, salmon spawning. They might be jumping around out there, but it's more of it's more of an educational awareness thing. Don't know if it's gonna attract visitors.
May I propose that we grant them $1,000 for their marketing efforts?
And before I say is that, have they returned the money from the artist part of it? Cause then they still have, didn't we grant them
No, I
money?
don't think we did,
We didn't grant it.
because they didn't have a sign off on the building,
Okay.
yeah.
So then I agree with Sadie for the 1,000.
And I saw here where the aquarium's gonna be a part of it, so, okay. I think it's impossible.
Fan fest.
Salmon road touch tanks, just get some.
Lots of
Well, I
fun.
mean, salmon are cool, I'm a big salmon guy. I don't like to eat them, but I watch them.
What?
Fun.
Oh, not a seafood?
I like seafood, but so like salmon.
Oh, really?
It's too fishy taste. Maybe,
So
well, let's have a halibut festival. We can sacrifice those halibut all day long.
That's that, fan fest.
Salmon fest. Okay, and then this one.
Maybe they could co-locate salmon and sand fest.
Okay.
Bert said he was gonna send in another one for lesson each, even though he understands that we don't have the same event, but I didn't actually receive. Separate one, so I don't know if you reconsider it one.
I don't know how to put this. Alright, I don't know how to put this. Um. Do we factor in the public relations hiccups from the past in our decision to fund this year? Is that looking enough?
I think so.
It's not unfortunate. You have to laugh like that, but it makes a lot. Then self-featured.
Yeah.
You want to speak your mind.
Oh, so many would disagree with you. So many. I will not make the opening recommendations because I do feel like
I think he should.
that PR.
You've been around long enough, so take some of each.
That being said, I like the event. I think it's awesome. I think that it should grow.
Yeah, this is one of those events where we definitely hear from people, so if Santa's coming back.
For sure.
Sure.
For people.
Yeah.
That we bring our lives.
Trying to figure his numbers here. Yeah, 2026 budget. 2025 active, right? According to this, he lost $7,000 last year. Well, 8,000, there it is.
It kind of surprises me to see. Although must have been a lot of the in-kind, is the reason why he put so many people on his, Sandberg advertising. Cause he had more than 3, 6, 9, he had more than 9
Right.
sponsors on
So, yeah, if you had in kind, thanks.
Yeah.
You guys are trying to be delicate. I gotta think of whether it's good for the town. If I wouldn't give the guy a nickel. Because of what a jerk he's been. No, this has been recorded up there. I tried to give him money, he was such a jerk, he didn't take it, so. But we gotta do what's best for the town.
Right.
And from some of the things that I've heard him say and seen written about other people. It's the guy in town. So I'm not gonna suggest we give him.
Mhm.
And maybe I should be on this committee because those are personal issues, but
But I also think we have to look at it, how many years have we funded Sandfest?
well, is it our job to worry about Seaside's general reputation?
It is.
well, I have other opinions too, that things happen in Seaside I don't like, so.
Sure. Well, maybe it doesn't affect Seaside's general
But
reputation.
is this, but you know, we gotta do what's best for. The visitors coming to town, if you guys think this is something that's good. You want me to propose it, I won't, if you guys want to. You do.
Fair. We both have our moments.
Just because I feel that way
Right.
doesn't mean you
Right.
guys.
Right.
What else is going on that weekend?
So that.
Because he usually tags on to events that are already out.
So it's the same weekend as car show and salt makers.
And the
Dawson too?
No, that is always the weekend before.
before,
Cause that's always been the battle. Cause you have, because car show and Sandcastle are together and then Doxy is.
so it's from a,
We have the little graph.
Yeah, I think broke it down by day though.
Yeah.
Just one.
Oh, by month. Oh.
Yeah,
So, yeah, this is the week out.
Yeah, cause he's always paired up with Carshell. And then it used to be that it was him and Doxy, and then it became him and Carshell.
And so if I recall,
So we-
he did it with car show because he knew there'd be a lot of people.
Right, already there.
And that doesn't help us get more people in town. We already have the car show to do that.
Right.
He's sucking off of an event that's already there.
So we go from Labor Day
I don't think
to
it's the same.
Doxy's,
You
and
think it's the same
then,
people?
and then car show and Sandfest. So,
I would say the dedicated car show folks are not the guys that are down there doing the sandcastles.
But the town's already full and
Yeah.
he's intentionally putting his event on a weekend that the town's already gonna be full because there are more people to see his event.
Not a bad model.
For him, but it's
Yeah.
not a good enough model for getting more tourists in now.
I do think that people come specifically for Sandfest because we get phone calls for it.
right.
But people come. for car
Hoteliers
shows.
would know that better than I do.
Oh, I just mean the chamber, like the chamber
I mean,
calls for it.
I think that we get calls for both, car show, and yes, it does bring, sure. I guess my thing is this one, he continues to grow it, which obviously is a good deal to have have an event like that. My concern is that as he's growing it, is it because he's basing on the fact that he's getting this money already, or? Because where it's growing at is the employment part of it, the carvers and more. Um.
I mean, it's a sculpture showcase, right? I mean, so if you were to bring in a different event that was showcasing sculptures, like the more sculptures we have, the more of an event it is. So I get bringing in more carvists, I get for sure.
And does he charge people to go in to the
Mhm.
beach?
Mhm. See, so again, you're bringing more carvers, so more people will come to pay, but is it really our responsibility of that part of it? So again,
I mean. I think how much, well, we can go back to looking at the model like we just did for the
Right.
winter shuttle, is looking at how much the. Advertising expense. Is, which,
I mean, he does a good job of breaking it all down where he's spending the money, and so I
Does it show
appreciate that,
does it show advertising?
so.
I don't see advertising.
So,
Am I missing it, someone?
no, it's all of the website and everything else, but none of the like.
I don't wanna discourage the event from happening, but
No.
if none of the money is being spent on
I
advertising,
think,
then we're not trying to draw people. To Seaside.
And how many years has he been doing this?
especially for
5, 6.
it's, cause Dotsy is 6 this year.
No, way.
Yeah.
We got 2022 as the earliest grant date.
Justin have always credited to him. That's all. I don't remember if we have or not, I mean, I know we've reduced the amounts, but.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
It went from 5 to 3. Yeah.
Well, it went from 5 and then, it was split into Lesson Beach Sandfest and you still equaled 5, but you
We take
split
it,
it.
Okay.
And then the next year he said, no, they're the same event, so it became 3. And that's what it's been for the last 2 years. 3.
I would like to see more efforts to work on the promotional aspect of it. trying to get the word out, people to actually come, where it's not just reliant on Visitors Bureau to create an opportunity.
Or the crush was already here before.
I agree. I'm not.
We hold and move forward.
Trot,
Take a chat.
I think we meet at 2 now.
Yeah.
Did they need, oh, they don't need the room today anyway, right?
No.
Well, I am familiar with this event. I think that I'm so proud of their growth. Yeah, incredible growth this last year. I am all for granting them.
Turkey.
Me personally, I would grant the full requested amount. Because I feel like they're continuing to grow the event and it does bring people. And in November. I'm all for it personally.
$3,000 budgeted for marketing.
Asking for 45.
So they basically, they're all the grants have been the best at saying, we're gonna use this for promotion.
Mhm.
This is what we're asking for it.
They say in here that they'd use it for t-shirts, event staffing, marketing efforts targeted to audiences outside there.
Right. When I read that, I thought.
They all said,
Yeah, what we do.
How much does it cost to participate?
Last year it was 35.
And you get a t-shirt?
And you get a t-shirt and paid information, and you get to be fired. If you run, I don't run, but if I did, I'm sure there's some pain involved. Just saying.
Certainly not on a day where there's other huge events
No.
going on, except for
And I can state that,
Overeaters Anonymous.
and as a hotelier, I can tell you that people who do book with me book that,
Really?
yeah. With the intention of coming for Turkey Trot.
I would say the only devil's advocate thought I have about this one is just that turkey trots are just universal.
Yeah.
Like Thanksgiving, every time I've ever been in on Thanksgiving as a turkey trot.
Yeah.
I mean, not every, but often.
But there's a lot of them everywhere, you're true.
But this one has shown as been successful.
And it continues to grow. So.
You have the money.
And I think we declined last year, right?
I think you're right, I don't think the
Yeah,
last,
but it's-
last time they asked for it, but I think we did give them another one for another event.
For a different event.
Yeah,
I think that time was, they're asking for pickleball and turkey tries.
so our last request was 2024.
I'm pretty sure we didn't give it for turkey trot. I think
Yeah.
We gave it.
My recollection was we gave it to everyone.
Yeah, I think it
At
was.
the time, I think the turkey trot was pretty small.
10, approximately 10 participants. For
It was the
year.
first one. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Really?
It's right here,
Wow.
For the very
right here in
first,
black and white.
yeah, I remember that.
They actually had turkeys, they were chasing them.
We could get some release.
Yes.
Give them a 5 cents.
And we all know how vicious turkeys are.
We could get some wild turkeys.
The route will be
Yeah.
unknown this year
We
because
could
the
a lot of
turkeys are
exposure on
following.
TV,
Now,
good and bad.
Yeah, turkeys are super friendly. So
Well, they are.
like an excuse for you to run faster.
I didn't put anything in here.
we add a turkey calling event. And turkey bowling,
That
you
could-
know, both of those things, I think. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I maintain, I think they're on a growth trajectory and.
Oh, they definitely have
We
it.
should,
Yeah.
we should support.
So what I'm gonna do is we'll put something in here and then when we get to the
Okay.
end, we'll just kind of do a
Okay.
vote on
Okay.
what's shown.
Okay. Next,
Okay, thoughts?
taxis.
Well, paper mache project for all this,
We strip cutting the strips and make it.
It grows on the trees. I don't see anything in here about the winter at all. Did you see the Indy 500? They had 6 wienermobiles racing. I swear to God.
and they won't even send one for us, that is extremely.
Well,
lame.
no one wants it.
I did apply last year for one,
Yeah.
and they didn't get back.
It's these guys have to apply for it. They want it.
Mhm.
We've got a lot of, support, you know.
Yeah, every time I see people in the aquarium or on the prom with the dogs, I ask about it, and they're fascinated, so a lot of them know about it, and a lot of them say, yeah, they love to come, so I know it brings a lot of people for that event. The corgis too. So, the corgis have never asked us for money. You know, I don't know why. Maybe they're more organized, they don't need it. But this is like 2 ladies that basically put this on.
Mhm. The corgis are supported by the,
The Humane Society.
Society.
The Oregon Humane Society, among a few other.
Yeah.
But also it's in June.
Yeah. We had another couple weeks.
Yeah, the 27th, it's Corgi Day, Corgi Invasion.
So they're projecting income, I assume it's for this year. They're estimating that the income is gonna be 9,500 and the expenses are 4,500. But they showed a loss in 2025. That can't be right, because the expenses. I don't know if we're missing something, but
We're missing a page.
like the total expenses for last year was 13,000, but they're showing 4,500. Am I not reading that right?
No.
I think,
This is the profit and loss in the whole year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah, we're missing.
That was everything.
the total,
Well, it just says on this one, there's an income of 9,500 there.
right, but then last year's
That's a 45, yeah,
income was 12,700.
yeah.
So why project a loss for income? If that's what this is, it doesn't, I mean, this document
Yeah.
doesn't even say
Right.
what it is
Yeah,
here.
Yeah.
Um. We gave
Yeah,
them
this-
3750 last year, so. I mean, yeah, and yet they still lost $1,000 on their event, they're asking for only 3,000 this year.
Yeah, cause this was all the expenses, this one was 35.
yeah, their budget projection isn't correct.
They don't show like the hotel expenses,
Yeah,
there's a lot of things that are left off,
very incomplete, yeah.
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 Mhm.
So, I would say grant them the 3,000, that's not going to push them over into making a mass amount of money.
I thought this was a fundraiser.
Well, that's what I was looking for.
That's what I'm
the
saying,
expenses.
the packet's incomplete, that's what my note is in this one, that we need to reach out to them. I feel like there's things missing in it. So. Cause it is a fundraiser for people whose dogs need surgery and things like that, so that's what they use the money for.
Funds assistance.
Yeah.
If you just look at the
Right.
projected income and expenses, it's a profitable
Yeah,
event. But then if you look at profit and loss, it's a
yeah,
Yeah, that's why I said I feel like it needs, there's something.
Well, you can see where the things that they left out.
a lot.
Yeah,
But I don't see where their money goes to the charitable.
It's the part that is the,
Should be the expense, right?
I see fundraising supplies, funds assistance, is that $1,000, is that the charitable donation they get?
yeah, that's why I said I think we just need to.
Was,
More detail from you.
who was down, was it the animal shelter, wasn't, no, that was
Taxes.
our. Oh, people, yeah.
So like, it's kind of like, the breakdown on here for the P and L is, makes sense. I just feel like this amount doesn't, and we should be able to see what happened there.
Well, this, something's up,
Yeah,
because
yeah, cause it's not,
months.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, something's not quite there, so.
I mean, and they totaled this with in-kind donations,
So,
so the
Yeah.
income would be $9,000. They had $325 of in-kind donations last time, so.
Yeah.
I mean, their math doesn't map.
right,
Um,
yeah, the math isn't right, so something's,
unless they're not planning on doing. The auction and contests. I mean. No, it says silent auction, raffles. Registration, concessions, donations, so it doesn't say anything about contests,
right,
and that's the only thing that's left off for income on that. No, it doesn't list merch sales.
right.
It didn't equate to much, but I mean,
Right.
that's that.
And when is this, the September what? The date on here.
Yeah, it is.
I'm just gonna- 11 to 13. You want me to ask them for more budget stuff? You want to prove it conditioned on budget stuff, or do you want to? Bump it to next month?
I think I feel.
I think the P and L tells the right story. And based on the P and L for last year, I think that we should award it 3,000.
Sounds good.
So,
Let's take a look at this.
do we have to go back?
Yeah,
So the PBL, what are they looking for, do you know,
Yeah.
other than $5,000?
what's missing?
What's missing, all this supplemental and stuff,
Okay,
she said she'll send that
okay,
in.
So we still have an opportunity to act on this. Oh, there's no deadline,
Right,
so the money's coming.
yeah, this money's here until December or until it's all spent.
Oh, I see.
so Dotson, turkey trot, so we're still looking at what,
Jazz boost if you were gonna.
yeah,
Cool.
Do you guys want to
and we still are. And
entertain,
Sandfest,
would you entertain $1,000 for promoting the winter shuttle and $1,000 for promoting Sandfest?
I could see that, I don't know. That, so it all goes towards, and that way it can be used towards advertising for both of those.
I mean, it wouldn't.
It wouldn't get them very
It
far,
wouldn't
but,
necessarily be used for advertising.
and but
Because if Sandfest chooses not to
Yeah.
advertise, they're still gonna use $1,000.
$1,000, true, and same thing with the other, but.
Well, at least Katie said that she was gonna be promoting it. And do we go under the assumption, since we've funded salt makers, that we ultimately will get a completed application?
That application just came in this week,
Yeah.
so I expect any day we'll get the supplemental one.
Okay.
Pacific basketball one's been there for about a month now.
Yeah.
I just mean for earmarking it for, you
Yeah,
know,
so I
if we
expect salt
if we put in
makers
a
will be in
placeholder,
July.
can we put in a $3,000 placeholder? Or is that how much we?
I just don't wanna, I
Right.
don't wanna futz this up right now, but yeah, I mean, you should be thinking about it that way, like.
Or at least think of, yeah,
It's definitely gonna come in. I know there's other brands that will continue
can
coming
come
in.
too. That's what I was thinking. There'll be other events.
Cause we don't see, what else do we not see here? We don't see
Oh, it's happening.
skippers,
Yep.
we don't see Halloween happens.
There's
Which-
a wine and beer
Beer
house is thinking
house.
about doing an event that they came in and said they're gonna try to apply for next month. That's also gonna be a September event.
Yeah. I was trying to encourage them to start planning for 2027.
think October is through, it's September, so it's just, I mean,
Yeah,
you know, it is.
so the salt makers are September
Can you,
or the August.
can you go back to the month grid? Thanks. So.
And
That was it.
Quick, and a photograph, remember.
Just get a peek.
Okay, so in March, we're looking at,
September. Oh, that doesn't have salt makers up there.
not yet, but we know it'll fall in.
They haven't,
September.
they haven't
It falls
applied
in
yet.
September.
So
And then PBL would fall January through,
February, March.
yeah.
the salt makers, I went to the first couple of years and years and years ago. Do a lot of people go down to see that? Is that well attended? Do you guys know?
They send us
Yeah.
the info,
Yeah.
and they certainly do get visitors.
Yeah,
A lot of visitors that they get, though, just to be completely honest, are
The
here
locals.
and, well, no, are here visiting.
already.
They find
And
out.
they find it, and
Yeah.
so it becomes kind of in a sense, the way Sandfest is, becomes this added, like, wow, what is this? This is cool. But they didn't
Right.
specifically come spend the night
Just
because
for-
of it. Yeah.
They didn't come just for salt makers,
Okay.
but they do get quite a few people. But
have
it's just-
Salmon Fest be at the same time as salt makers and have it be a whole part of it.
Yeah, salted salmon.
Mhm.
cured meat.
It should have built the fire anyway. Those things on a rack. Anyway,
I do like smoked salmon.
oh, yeah. I think that one of the most important factors in looking at this, considering we are talking about awarding 14.5 out of the 25 we have, is looking forward to the application for Halloween happens.
Or
And
even, or even another new event.
sure,
I don't wanna, like, at 25, I'm not sure I wanna spend the majority of it now and a new event come along.
Right.
Perhaps I mean, not that I'm against you doing it, oh, yeah, by any means.
now,
I'm just saying that, you know, we've seen some new ones already,
Weren't
and
we,
it's just almost July, so.
weren't we questioning whether we wanted to give a full 5,000 to the Jackson Blues Festival
Right.
again?
That's that.
They received 5,000 in the past 2 years.
Right.
adjust to 3. Do this year?
3 or 3,500 or something.
I mean, cause I think we do have to look at that and we're gonna keep funding some of these continually. Should they be getting the full every time?
Yeah. I'm
35 or 30?
I think 3.
good with those
Total
numbers.
experience is the advertising of winter events.
I mean, that's why we would encourage, I mean, we would be granting that with the idea that they are promoting this.
Salmon Fest is the marketing of
Again,
their collaboration.
and
contingent on them
is-
doing it.
Right,
and
Sam
Sandfest
Fest, I'm
is,
still not sure if they're doing.
Well, there's not a date.
right. They didn't, they were given the
There were
weekend.
2 different weekends that they put on. You know, but I don't know, I like the idea of Salmon Fest, I just don't know if it'll bring outside people in, but a new event, if it grows, it will. So I don't know, maybe we should give them an extra 1,000.
Well, I guess that's
They
what I
asked-
feel,
Asked for 5,
and
or they-
but a huge portion of that was to pay for
the staff,
yeah,
yeah, I don't wanna,
which are they additionally, are they paying for staff? Are they paying for more than just their current 3 people staff to put on Salmon Fest?
I
Or are
asked
we
them
just
this-
paying
I
for
asked them this question,
did.
it was for their staff to work on it,
Right.
so yeah,
Oh,
they
okay.
came out.
so it's kinda like,
all right, yeah. For marketing, yeah.
For some reason now, whenever I see Sandfest, I see it as S and Fest.
that's pretty
Can't-
funny, now I'm never
I can't-
gonna see it
I know,
again,
I
right?
can't.
I'm now gonna see it like that from now on.
I almost said that, but this was for advertising,
Right.
right?
Which isn't listed in his, so.
Trot, growing, dachshund, support their fundraiser, okay? Do we wanna,
But now again, I'm trying to kind of steer away from Dotson because I did write the letter of support for them. However, I'm just going to remark that we just discussed that those that are repeat people, this is year 6.
I don't think we have that many hot dogs living in Seaside
I
from
agree,
outside the area,
I agree,
so.
They do bring them in.
they do,
I
and,
think a tremendous amount of people come for it.
oh, I believe
So,
it. Like I said, again, I wrote the letters for, because I do believe there's a,
Yeah,
but,
That event had more letters than anyone
Yeah,
else from
right.
businesses that love it.
but like I said, if we're basing it on repeats, then why would we use jazz, was because it's repeat.
oh, I don't know that
Okay,
that necessarily was,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think in part we adjusted jazz because we're hopeful that other events who have not existed before will come between now and the deadline.
So when we make this decision, you're gonna notify all these businesses already,
later this, yeah, later.
so soon, so
Yeah.
it's not something we can think about and change.
Now, the thing is, you could say, I mean, it's certainly well within your ability to say you're going to hold one. Some of these are time sensitive,
Yeah.
some of them aren't.
Right.
You certainly could do that.
And remind me, this goes into October. We have until October to award. December.
December, that's why I said
December.
this.
I don't think
Yeah.
the money's gonna be here still, I've never seen a year like this.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't think of that, there probably is some more out there though, cause we give it till December.
I mean, a couple of years we've been like, where are all the people at? So, I mean, it's great, right? I mean, it's great that the word's getting out. that
Yeah, no, it is a good
grants,
sign.
Yeah,
And if you recall last year, there was months with none, and then the last month everyone applied again, so it's like. Yeah, you wanna give people credit for turning their.
Yeah,
You know,
Absolutely.
I'm good with these numbers in this moment.
okay, so let's do a vote on Jazz and Blues at 3,000, Winter Shuttle 1,000, Salmon Fest 1,000, Sand Fest 1,000, Turkey Trot 3,500. Dachshund 3,000.
For the Sandfest, our question is, what are they doing to advertise
Right,
outside of the
and so
area?
even if we give it to him, we can't guarantee that he's going to do.
I know, so is it okay, could you ask him about marketing?
Do you wanna put a hold on
advertising
that?
in this
Yeah,
area?
do you wanna hold that
Let's
$1,000
hold that.
until we get an answer on what forms of advertising?
Yeah,
that we
because
we
that
could
wasn't
support?
listed in.
Correct.
Budget.
I know that he said that he's working with TV station to come down.
Well, that's,
He said to come on site.
but that one shouldn't cost him anything.
No, you're absolutely right, it costs nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So-
hold
Other
on the
than the sign.
1,000, hold on the 1,000 for now. And
I mean, if he
tell him
has,
that, oh, but it however does not say in the grant that we require the money to be spent on advertising though. Like, if that's what we're basing it on. I mean, that's what I mean, how I think
Well-
about it, I'd like to see it be spent on advertising, but it doesn't,
Yeah.
it's not a requirement.
Right,
like the tsunami skippers have been awarded and awarded and awarded, haven't spent money on advertising,
Yeah,
so.
but if you.
If you look at the question. Explain specifically how any grant fund would be used. The answer is look at the budget. The grant will take care of about half the cost of the permits, insurance, and moving the site.
So really, he's
Nothing.
planning, he's not planning on use, it's gonna be operational.
Okay, so
So
then probably no more than a whole.
It's that we all have, to putting that into the.
So, yeah, I don't know if I'd put that on. I just,
Leave it at
just say,
it.
it would be nice if you could show where you promote this, the word.
We could also say, if you apply next year, we wanna see money going towards advertising.
Yeah.
In the future. Like, we're reducing what we gave last year,
Because we don't see any advertising.
because we don't see any advertising.
Which is what we did with Doxy last year, we told them we wanted to see more out of it, and they did,
Yeah.
so.
Okay, so all in favor of granting the proposed awarded amounts?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay.
We're happy.
Yeah. There's the arts grants.
Would you like me to step out, or do you want me to
No.
participate? Okay.
We might have questions, I mean,
That's fast.
Let's start with the fiscal.
No, it just, is, but how does it?
It's, they have a little,
Arts.
that
it's not the art part, it's the
arts.
Vitality.
vitality part.
I have the same question.
He had the same question, but I couldn't
I
remember
mean,
the word was.
an art form. but-
Only
Like
if you
how-
do it that way.
We shorthand this as an arts grant, but it isn't only an arts grant.
Okay,
It's
okay.
double ready. Projects to. Up the vitality
Well, that
of the
was-
community.
yeah.
Yeah, I read it, I just didn't.
Yeah, he asked me the same thing. Yeah.
How's that art?
How's that art?
There are asterisks next to this one. I tried to work. With them to get a full application for you and. This is just as close as I could get, so. There's some question in my mind whether this should be the high school applying for this grant and not. Person, But. Also, I just don't want to review it forever, you just kind of look at it, so.
My feeling on this, and just to shoot the first shot out there, is that it is on land that can only be used after 4 p.m. and in the summertime. And that is very limiting. As far as a draw, and I don't know if, I haven't seen, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's sitting in the district bureau right now, but I haven't
Well,
seen
it
any
could be-
brochures.
It could be used on weekends too.
That's what I said,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
So weekends, holidays.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry, I guess I didn't say holiday or weekends, I just said.
All we have is the biking trail.
Yeah, up there.
Nothing,
Up there.
nothing.
Nothing about, okay, that's,
Well, cause I think it's not really ready for prime time, right?
It is not ready for prime
Wasn't it
time.
the trees fell?
Well, it
across
was, but then it had, yeah, then it got messed up.
Because the money they're asking for is to finish clearing.
To finish clearing it, right?
Okay, so Sadie's had her say, I'm gonna say mine, there's no budget in here, I don't know, I feel like that's a issue that does not state how we're using, who are we paying to clear the trees, that kind of thing concerns me.
Yeah.
I'm weary to just give somebody $5,000 and go, yeah, I hope that this is what happens. I mean, I'm sure it will, but. It is, or everyone else has had to provide that.
yeah, there's, yeah. No projections.
As it says, labor to remove debris along the course, which is the trees, but.
But tree removal service and you give a bid.
Right. If you're using a tree service, I just, yeah, that's my. While I love playing, I also, if I was an independent writing this check, I would be like, I wanna see,
So the trees are down
yeah,
because they paid to have the trees cut down but not removed, correct?
yeah, that's not, no,
The
They've fallen down,
trail-
they're over the trails,
The
they're,
trail cleared some stuff that then left behind stuff too. if I remember
Right.
right. Combination.
it's a combination of factors.
Okay.
the fact of the matter is that they're using volunteers to clear it, and that doesn't, it's not always fruitful.
Right.
We used to have a disc golf course.
Well, I had a putting course down by the school, by the high school, the old
Oh,
high
I
school.
didn't remember that.
Oh, yeah. that's
Yeah,
right.
I used to play there.
Field, yeah.
Mhm. And matter of fact, the school still has the basket.
I think so. I remember the baskets out there.
Yes, and then after someone else bought it, they still won't let me play there until they pull up.
I feel like this. You know, not everything we have to do, even though it's tourism money. Not everything that we have to do necessarily has to benefit tourists. However, I don't think this benefits the tourists or enough of the residents to equate to what's being asked.
In on it, but I'm mad. Ridgeline Trail, it's completely done free. Everybody volunteered. I don't know if John Smith or what, the main guy.
Yeah, I was, yeah, but yeah.
What he spent on his own to get equipment and things, but they drove volunteer weekends. We dug holes, put in posts, you know, people were
Right.
clearing trails. That was all done without funding. Yeah, they just did it. Now it's more associated with the school, I guess, because they
Because
use
again,
it for
you
their
can-
science class and everything
Right.
like that, but
You
now
can only use it.
trails, so, yeah.
Do for that.
But I think that does highlight here, like, we're unable to show what this cost is exactly. There's not really information about how this number arrived at.
Yeah.
Right,
And in fact, you know, to be totally transparent, this grant first came in under an events grant. And it had a different total. So.
Yeah.
Now it's in this, it's in the correct. Scope now, but the total's different and I couldn't get a budget. I mean, as close as I could get to a budget.
right, and again, I'm thinking, so the next person comes along and wants to do something. Are they not gonna have to supply a budget? We're just gonna give it?
Well, it's
I mean, we,
a requirement, right?
It's a requirement to be considered.
Then we should be considering it.
yeah. I hate to say it, but I mean, I love that course, but I hate to say it, this isn't like completed.
Yeah.
There's also like. Question like you'll see here, like employer identification versus public record, because it's a school is the answer, but it's like, well, then the school should be applying for money, not, you know, so. Anyway, it was just, it was a tough one and I was spending a lot of time going back and forth on it and I thought, I'll just bring it to the committee. And if you guys felt differently, we could just, you know, then we could, you know, go from there, but I'm not.
So
sure yet.
Aaron Johnson, he's not with the school.
No.
He's the guy that,
He's there's a name for the group he's with.
Yeah,
so you're right. It says Seaside High is requesting the funds. They aren't.
Yeah, it's the USYDA.
that's what I'm saying.
Next.
Yeah,
It's,
It's like,
Yeah.
it's-
I just feel like that would be setting it back. At this point, if we didn't follow.
that's not an accurate,
I'm gonna give you one, cause you review it.
I don't think that's it, it made lots of notes.
You are the best.
Okay.
This last one.
In fairness, I did not fill out this application.
Yeah, like that, in fairness, Robin did, Robin did,
Robin did.
yes.
She put my name on there, how nice of her. We agreed to it, but
Yes.
Robin was the. filler outer of the grant.
Or she's just name drop.
I love it.
Is that the only name?
Shoot.
Is that the only additional name? Okay.
I love that name drop.
So my question, I've read all through this. This isn't the finished art project.
Nope.
That's just,
And
Yeah.
that's just his placeholder, so that is from the artist. But that is just his initial, hey, here, can I?
Oh, I'm sorry, you had mine.
I like the sand.
So salmon is actually what's not, it's not what's going to be kept because it is almost the exact angle of the salmon that's at Goodman.
I know,
Oh, good.
Yeah,
that's why I like it.
So, yeah.
That's why he likes
The
it.
first thing I remember when I came to Seaside was that salmon on the side of the Safeway.
Yeah,
And I
so,
thought, wow, that's big.
no,
I was 4.
our recommendation is to replace that with a gray whale. So he's working, I can show you guys the most recent iteration that he sent me, if you're interested.
Yeah, so who decides on what the artwork
The
is?
tourism, the community enrichment committee. Yeah. And then final sign off with the city.
Which,
This was the same body that did the
The
traffic.
tracks.
Yeah, Carrie's on the community enrichment committee, Robin, myself, Christy waits, and nobody else has shown up recently.
They don't sound trustworthy.
Suspicious gang.
it's suspicious.
So right now, that whole wall just has a city map. Is that a tsunami evacuation?
Sasami, yeah.
Yeah, so I messaged
Fire department's
Spencer.
working on moving it.
You could move it around the corner, maybe.
They're gonna find it, they're working, their emergency guys gonna work on it.
So this is not going to rotate. This is not gonna rotate, but this is a different, this is his newest drawing. Which is slightly, it's slightly, so the feedback on that image was that the rhododendron, though rhodies are native, it looked too tropical.
Like
And
more
looked
like
too,
the,
yeah, but that is, again, that's just a place filler. If you see the, if you see the rhodie.
You got rid of Mount Hood, put in the problem of the turnaround.
Yeah.
That's good.
If you see,
Like the hair.
if you see the roadie that he put on the armory, it's much more,
Yeah.
like, you can see brush strokes, you can see
How do you make
it's more, it's not as solid, it's not as solid.
Palm tree.
So it looks like a roadie
Yeah.
on there, but this one doesn't, so I'm not opposed to the roadie. However, because we have the Dahlia Festival in our history, we recommended that he change it to a dahlia. Even though they aren't native, but they're historically to Seaside. I think,
You don't want Scotch broom on there?
yeah,
I think. it's
just make the whole
all
community
Scotch
grass.
broom.
Yeah.
Scotch broom and European
Grass.
grass.
So, yeah, well, that's a rose. Oh, there was a different, one of his other paintings had a
Yeah.
roadie on it. It was,
Yeah.
maybe it was the road brewing, maybe potentially.
Yeah.
You can go onto his website, you
Yeah.
can see McKennedy,
I still think I think
So-
this one's a creation though, the one that's up the armory, but.
So you went with the gray whale.
well, you think we should have chosen Orca?
No, I'm just, you know.
This is not a dead whale.
Yeah, that's what, you only see dead ones at Seaside. And it could be, though it's not moving.
Should we just like,
Uh,
instead of the whale cell, should we just put a little poof for the air, for the
Yeah, yeah,
the blowhole?
that's what you said.
Fill in
Just a dark little slight humping.
Yeah, I mean, it could be the offshore
Put a
volcano,
Yeah.
it could be the whale stop, you know? Oh, yeah. it's
Supposed to be more bubbles, so it's after a volcano.
So in the cost breakdown, what is the admin?
So I actually took that from, SDDA did the same for theirs, they added a 10% admin fee. Basically, it's my time spent on this specific project. Yeah.
I'm thinking to make the parking lot look.
Easy.
And that
Oh,
first time I
Daisy.
saw that armory mural, it was
It's
just
right,
like,
right.
holy.
That's how I feel. Yeah, the one story.
It's so impressive when you first,
Right behind.
you know where Val
Picker.
Picker is? It's that big.
They don't serve salmon, so you should be.
Don't you live in us?
It's so
cold.
I come down 14th and turn left at Seaside, so it's beyond my scope.
It's like people here that have never been, I don't go. to the
Never
beach.
noticed it.
I've been on the beach in 10 years. What am I talking about? She said 20.
You won't go to Newport, go on the beach, but.
So I do wanna mention too, we have identified a bunch of different mural spaces that we're looking at. This is our number one priority because low hanging fruit is low, it's easy. It's gonna be the least expensive out of all the projects that we're looking at.
Massively bit seen too.
I want a huge mural stretching across from the corner of the public parking garage and down all the sides of the parking garage, not on every panel, but I'll pull up a picture so you guys can understand what I'm talking about. But that is another project that we're working on. And then we've also identified some private spaces. So we talked with the outlet center, and they have 2 walls that they would let us paint as well. But this is the other project.
Yeah,
For
the
all
other
the frame
corner,
space,
yeah.
and having Casey, the artist, having him walk around with me. He was looking at that, he's like, yeah, I definitely know what to do there, we should do that, and then we should have it kind of coming out of the frame, and then in these different panels going down. I said, we really need to let people know that there's parking, because people don't look at the one sign on A to see that there's parking. And so he counted out, and there's exactly the number of panels reading across for one letter per panel that says parking. And so he said, I would probably incorporate the word parking across here, but then also put elements in these different panels. So anyways, I know that's aside from this project, but just to let you guys know, we're looking at projects like that to improve the look. And then I spotted another private. Anyway, so we're looking at different options.
So just.
Right.
There was a big mural on the side of the Times building. And it was great for a couple of years, and then maintenance was. So you gotta factor that, I know if there's a new product up there that you can get graffiti off this, which it will probably have.
So we totally understand that this might be graffitied, and it is under the contract with the city that we manage that. It does have a graffiti coating, so for the chamber, yeah. So it does have a graffiti coating on it, so it actually has a clear coat and then a graffiti coat. But this is rough cinder block, it's raised out, this is gonna be if we have to deal with graffiti, it's gonna be the worst. It's just gonna get at every nook and cranny. So the option is that if graffiti happens and we can't wash it off, we have to have Casey come and touch it up. We have to find a different place for it. We talked about it in our board meeting this morning. We're rolling the dice on it in hopes that it won't happen, knowing that it likely will, and we'll have to just face it when it comes out.
Has there been much graffiti on the one on the convention center?
Apparently there has been, and it's easily cleaned off because it's a flat panel.
Okay.
But I know the graffiti is up, there's an uptick right now with that alleyway, and Robin has had to clean off the cans, a couple of cans. Not often, she said it's only been like with stickers and actual
Yeah,
spray
right.
paint.
But now you don't even see it. I mean, it's been quick updated very.
Oh, yeah, Robin carries
Yeah.
around her hand
Yeah.
sanitizer in her purse.
And I guess where I was going
Yeah.
with, when you have it up, like the one on the Times, when you have it up high, it's a lot harder to maintain.
Totally.
And that was, but there's new product out there.
Yeah.
You probably, when you get that one, it probably won't be graffiti, just wear and tear.
Yeah. This is so it's a Nova coat. I've never heard of it before, but all the muralists that we interviewed said the same name. Like Nova coat is the one that they use for murals. It's long lasting. It's specifically meant for that. The wear and tear for the actual, but it's the Oregon coast.
Our
However-
weather's different than the one.
However, he's from Newport and has murals all over Newport that are lasting. So it's working out for him. The project he disclosed that the project up in Astoria was over 100K.
That's,
I haven't even seen it.
Okay for that.
I think that was
Well,
a,
this-
it was it was an organization that helped pay for it, and I can't remember what they said, it wasn't the Armory though, I don't know.
Picture.
I'm sure,
What are the plans for paying the rest for your project?
that is the total of the project. That is all that it will take.
Yeah, that's all inclusive of an artist fee, hotel accommodations per diem, and then the administrative fee.
Yep.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
And he wants to start on the 5th of July.
And I'll add that the city council. So
Oh,
it has the
the city-
support of the
The
city.
city, okay.
Yeah.
I would, I'd go with it, I propose it.
And with that, Sandy, we have that.
Yes. As long as
Yeah.
Linda's in agreement.
Yes. Well,
One kind of exciting collaboration too is there's a high school student that also submitted her art for consideration. And we're choosing to use a professional that has done outdoor painting instead. However, he's a teacher of commercial art, and I asked if she could be his assistant. and
Oh, nice,
he
nice.
is
that's cool.
able to, which
That's wonderful.
is great, yeah.
Very cool.
So did we skip over the mural art for tourism?
That's incomplete.
Incomplete. It was an application that came online, but
Okay.
so nothing else came in, and I followed up with some her twice. She's in from Northern California, and it came in like literally the day after we posted it, so
Okay.
either, I think she just saw an opportunity but when she realized what it was, just decided not to do it.
I'm more of a round numbers guy, like 317.
I knew you were gonna say that.
It's because I accounted for the 10% of
Oh,
the
okay.
administrative fee. I don't.
15,500. Put an extra lunch.
That's, I wanted to be accurate.
Keith, I heard you say that you'd go for this, and then Ruth, you said
Yes.
you would. Is that a first and a second, and
Yes.
a unanimous?
Yes.
Thank you, guys. Just so you know, he does do a portion of his job at night with projectors. So just be fair warned that there's gonna be a dude down there at night projecting onto the.
So it's
building.
amazing, especially tall.
We'll probably have a lot of
Make
people
sure-
helping us.
Call chief, make sure to call chief.
Ken Cox doesn't live there anymore. You know? Find a recliner out front.
Yeah.
A boat.
There's an audience.
He actually said that he gets a lot of people spectating.
Well, then we should apply up for the event,
Yeah.
but
We actually have another thing to go over
Yeah.
here quickly, and if I would have known we were gonna get this many grant programs, I maybe would have saved it or not, but. So we're going into budgeting season, and so this year. A few months ago, actually, while I was out way at a conference, I started thinking about. Formulating a brief, a strategy brief, which is basically a lens in how we look at all the decisions we make over this year, as far as what ads we're buying, what markets we're going at, what are our tactics and all this stuff. So this doesn't tell us to do anything specific. It's a perspective on how to move forward. So I just wanted to share it with you. This is where we're thinking. So primary objective, cultivate increased overnight visitation during September through May season by generating an initial visit from younger audiences, converting families into repeat weekend travelers, and reinforcing loyalty among established visitors. This life cycle approach will prioritize long-term visitor value over a one-time conversion, so on a life cycle strategy. So over time, Seaside's marketing will guide different types of visitors through a progression of experiences and perception. Younger audiences come to understand Seaside as a place for fun and spontaneity, so Seaside is for fun. As they enter their own family stage, the destination becomes known for reliability and ease. And then over time, Seaside becomes a part of family traditions and routines. So one way to think about that from younger audiences is Seaside is fun. Professionals and families, Seaside's a good fit for everyone, something for the adults to do, there's something for the kids to do, everyone thinks that. Established visitors, Seaside is part of our life. Yeah, we've seen that a lot. We'll come here over and over again. Seaside is part of all their history. And so that we're basically hoping to nurture everyone along to that statement. Hopefully. So the young audiences, this is generally teens to early 30s, although people fit into multiple things here. This audience is driven by experiences, atmosphere, and shareable moments. They're highly responsive to visual storytelling and are inclined towards spontaneous or late trips. While they rarely engage with traditional planning tools such as travel guides, believe me, that's true. I mean, we do not see young people reading music guides. We do not. I've tried so many ways. It does not happen. They do frequently visit, and they represent an important pipeline for the other two segments. The professionals and families, 30s to mid-40s. These are busy adults and families that prioritize efficiency and value for time, seeking experiences that work for all members of the travel group. This segment responds strongly to clear, actionable planning tools, particularly short-term itineraries that reduce uncertainty. They represent a high-value audience for building off-season travel, especially weekends, long weekend trips, as well as potential future legacy visitors. Our legacy or established visitors, this segment is motivated by comfort, nostalgia, and intentional travel planning. They are by far more likely to engage with traditional planning resources like travel guide magazines and are the most consistent repeat visitors. Messaging here should reinforce continuity, familiarity, and enduring appeal of Seaside and Oregon Coast. So our goals, marketing over the next fiscal year, is really feed this desire to visit, inspire visitation through emotionally compelling, visually engaging content, remove the perception of friction, simplify trip planning and reduce perceived effort to visit, and then build loyalty, support repeat visitation through ongoing engagement and remarketing. So if you look at that as a funnel from top to bottom, where people are, you have inspiration, you have consideration of a visit, and then conversion. This strategy aligns messaging with visitor segment intent across all stages of the journey. At the inspiration stage, you're looking at atmospheric content that emphasizes atmosphere and emotional appeal. During the consideration phase, it becomes more practical. We offer lists and itineraries, and then at conversions, it's messaging, encouraging immediate action, whether that's visiting soon, but booking a weekend or requesting a guide. So again, breaking down kind of just generally what we're thinking on each of these. So top funnel inspiration, the young, vibes, atmosphere, energy. This is like our post we did today at the fire department. Did you see the post we did today about fireworks?
I see a lot.
So we got a fire department gentleman, he's lighting a firework, and right before he lights it, 2 buckets of water splashing from both sides. And then Genesee walks in and goes, this 4th of July, the only thing you should be lighting up is your smile, like, whatever. But like it's very like visual and so that would be an example of vibes, let's call it, or energy. So families, at the inspiration stage, you're talking about ease, fun, shared experiences. I think about when I plan a trip with my family. I want to make sure that this is something that we can do. And there's not going to be breakdowns. And it's going to be like, I know where I can go to a grocery store when I get there and stuff like that. And then established people, the inspiration is really like the beauty of the Oregon Coast Beach, the familiarity of the history of Seaside, things like that. But the consideration stage, so between inspiration and someone actually booking a trip, you got consideration. For the young, this is lists, this is quick hits of things to do, save this idea on social media. For families, this is itineraries, logistics, actionable plans that they can follow without thinking too much about it. And then established, it's, hey, what's new in town? What's not new? What's unchanged? What's still here after all these years? And reasons to return with remarketing pitches. At the lower funnel, when we're pushing conversions for the young, this is a real tough one. It's hard to know how to do this. And part of this perspective and this plan, this strategy document is to go out and try to discover how do we reach people who are at this stage. For now, it's go now messaging, extend your day trip to an overnight trip. I'm in talks with folks at Snapchat about some of their tourism advertising opportunities in the future, just trying to figure out how we can, when we inspire people to come to Seaside, how do we really compel them to come? For families, it's book this weekend, finalize your plan, request a travel guide. For established visitors, it's mostly the travel guide, book your favorite lodging, return. So the content that we build over the course of the year and everything we do, we'll try to organize it around 6 core pillars that reflect both what visitors need and also what Seaside's strengths are as a destination. So where those two things align are kind of the sweet spot. So the first pillar is trip planning and itineraries. Will provide structured, time-based recommendations that help visitors quickly understand how to spend their time in Seaside. Resources are highly practical and serve as a key conversion tool, particularly for families and planners. Easy family fun. This highlights Seaside's strength as a destination that works for all ages and weather conditions. This content emphasizes flexibility, accessibility, and the ability to create a shared experience together. Seasonal Seaside, this is what's happening at different times of the year, from whale watching to storm watching, seasonal events. This pillar supports repeat visitation and helps distribute travel more evenly throughout the year. Food and coastal cravings is the next pillar. Showcases Seaside's dining experiences from classic, sort of treats to local seafood. This content appeals broadly across audiences and plays an important role in trip planning. Everyone can eat, you're gonna have 3 meals and a place to stay, things to do in between. Beach and atmosphere is the next one. That captures like the sensory and emotional experiences of being in Seaside. We see this with some of our social media. When Greg posts a video about, even just did a video recently of just coming over the Seaside sign at the turnaround and looking at the turnaround and the Tillamook Head beyond the beach. Just a simple video, but man, it just thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of views. So people really respond to this kind of unique atmosphere there. Using visual storytelling to inspire visitation. This pillar is especially important for attracting new visitors. People look at it, it goes viral, they see other back of that, they go there. And then the last one is only in Seaside. This emphasizes unique elements of the destination, including turnaround, long-standing traditions. Content reinforces Seaside's identity and supports long-term. A big part of everything we're going to try to do over the years, remove perceived barriers to visitation. And if you're been paying attention over the last decade, you might recognize this is really just easy. It's easy to Seaside repackaged into it. So it's clearly communicating where to begin, how to navigate the destination, how to adapt plans based on weather and changing needs. By making the experience feel easy and approachable, combined with the wealth of things to see and do in Seaside, Seaside can differentiate itself from competing coastal destinations. And then lastly, conversion or retention. So all these different modes that we use to reach visitors, they all have certain tracking abilities, and we can re-engage people across platforms from Meta, pull them into our email list, website pixels, we can target them with data by stuff. So this is just making sure that we're thinking about that from a larger lens as we start buying ads and stuff for the year. Thinking about visitor engagement captured through guide requests and email subscriptions, website and social media engagement, contest entries, anonymous mobile tracking, and campaign-based leads. These are all incorporated into remarketing efforts designed to reinforce positive experiences, highlight seasonal and new opportunities, and establish repeat visitation. So it's not just a one trip and you're done sort of thing. It's kind of that we're part of their life cycle, and hopefully build that repeat visitating mechanism to the way it's easy. So this is just a strategy brief. If you have any thoughts about it, I'd be happy to hear it, but this will be sort of the thing that we are looking at as we're thinking about every decision going forward to the fall of the plan.
Awesome. One thought that I had just looking at it, I don't plan this way, but I'm always shocked to hear and realize that people my age and my kids' age are booking their vacations way in advance.
Really?
Bless those people for being able to know what they're doing in a year, but I can't plan what I'm doing next week. So I'm that always surprises me. The people that are like, oh yeah, but if you look at all of hotels book a year in advance. A lot of people rebook their hotel rooms a year in advance. And then all the camping, anybody who's planning on camping, you better book at least 6 months in advance or whenever they open it up. Because they get filled instantaneously with people who have more forethought than I do to plan trips for their family. But yeah, people are planning way ahead. I don't know if you see that, I'm sure there's statistics that could be gained from somewhere, but how far people are planning ahead, but I'm surprised that I always feel like I'm in the minority of people actually making their holiday plans. So looking
It's
at.
kind of interesting you say that, because all those things you say sound totally reasonable. Yeah, of course, if you're going camping, you're right. And all these sorts of things and events, if you're going to a specific event, it's a busy time of year. But I think that especially since the pandemic, I feel like the booking window has been short in general.
I actually think the opposite, but I could be wrong. I mean, I wouldn't disagree with statistics if you had those stats to prove
Those
it,
were the statistics
but yeah,
immediately after the pandemic. I don't know that I followed up on it in the last
yeah.
2 years. I don't, maybe the trends are changing.
I would just be really surprised. It seems like I was able to book a camping stay 5 years ago. I was able to book it 2 weeks out. Now you can't book it 2 months out. So.
What if it's not camping, or what if you're thinking about like a hotel stay or something?
Like hotels are more easily readily available unless it's here and on the weekend.
Like a
That
big
is, yeah, but again, people are booking. We see people book our hotel the year before. They book next year. You know, so they're making their travel plans already. I'm like, how do you know you're not gonna have to work? How do you know you're not gonna be available? You know, like
Yeah.
it doesn't track for me, but other people, like, this is their plan. They do make the plans to come out to Seaside for 5 days. They're booking that stay, you know, anyway, so that, and then.
Do you do
yeah.
remarketing to try to encourage them to book again?
Shamefully, I don't do any marketing.
Your business doesn't, or you don't?
Our business doesn't. Yeah.
People are booking a year.
The only thing that are, well, marketing is booking and Expedia, but that's not marketing, that's instant, instant booking stuff. I need to do marketing, I just haven't done marketing. Anyway, aside from that, my other thing to contribute was that one of the things that as a mid-40-year-old that actually draws my attention is like countdown videos, so like the top 20 things to do in Seaside, and whoever's making those videos independent of us, they're good at hooking me into watching for the full extent of the video. Was that?
AI.
Oh, no, I don't think so. I think they're like YouTube videos.
Some
Oh,
newer.
sure.
That is a very popular video style, I know you're talking
Right,
about. That
yeah.
guy Jackson does really good ones here.
That's legit.
Yeah,
Is
Yeah.
that the one who had number one thing climbing?
he does a lot of videos, like the top 10, the last, yeah, that's another angle on the list of
Who's positive?
It's basically like a short list of things that are, you don't have to spend a month trying to understand it. You
Yeah.
can spend 5 minutes watching the video, but the countdown is a version of that.
Yeah, but when I was looking to travel to Ireland, those are the videos that I watched and were intriguing to me. And would draw me to one town or another town based on the top 10 countdown.
Yeah,
So just an idea.
so that kind of thing would definitely fit in here, it would be in the content pillars. It would fit on people that are looking for lists, itineraries,
Yeah.
especially younger folks and. Pretty long, right?
Yeah. Totally. It's all relative. Yeah. No, I think it's a great,
This is aspirational.
Clear.
Yeah, it's just, this is just something I'm just sitting next to my computer, so all year long while we're going through, it's like, well, we haven't. When we're planning out editorials, like, well, okay, we've had these stories, they fit here, but we haven't really hit this sort of thing, making sure we have a full breadth of things.
did you develop this?
Yeah.
Nice, good job.
Yeah. But yeah, it's good to hear that people are booking a year in advance. I think that just goes to show how Seaside is a great destination to nurture the repeat visitation, legacy type visitors who are coming in and
Well,
again.
it's also like, how do we rope people into making their vacation plans for next year in Seaside rather than in a different destination? Getting them planning it like something to look forward to, like that's how our family's kind of looking at vacations now, like, okay, well, we'd like to have something to look forward to, like, how can Seaside be that something to look forward to for people who haven't been here? I mean, have to also, but it's what do they say in business, it's easier to keep a customer than it is to get a new customer. But that was clear, it's great. Yeah. It's probably, give me some, I'm very glad. Any comments?
Nope.
Public comment. Okay. During the meeting at 4:18.
Or,
John. Thanks for moving to the date.
Yes. Thanks. We have a recycling.
Recycling.
So you're gonna save these for later when we go ahead and re-review.